Okay, here we go. Another weekly roundup of what's been happening in my world while I'm getting ready for the World Masters that's going to be taking place in Las Vegas. On and off the board, we're going to be having a look at both because there have been some interesting things happen this week that's putting me in good position. The first place to start has to be with the gym and the weight management because this is something that I've been speaking about quite fondly in the fact I need to get my fitness up and the fact that I need to get my weight down. Now, the first thing to note here is, yes, I'm wearing my shoes. People are saying about not getting weighed fully dressed, and I'm in the gym. This isn't at my house. I'm weighing myself at the gym. I'm not going to strip off naked and weigh myself. The other thing is, as long as everything's consistent, it doesn't matter. If I wear the same trainers every time for the weigh-in and the clothes roughly weigh the same because I kind of wear the same sort of t-shirts at the gym, they're just different colours, and the shorts, again, just different colours, it doesn't matter. It's only if things change. I don't want to weigh myself in a jumper one day and another. I can't believe I'm explaining this. But yeah, I'm down. That's the main thing. We're down. And I've just give up in the end. I'm going to go with the graphics of this blurry Sega Mega Drive style sort of graphic now. It works for me. I'm quite happy with that. It does the job. We're down. So 95.2, down another 0.6 kilograms. Total loss so far, 4.4 kilograms. I am really, really happy with that. And I worked it out. I've got another 4 weigh-ins now until the event. So I'm going to pass this to you guys. I want you to put in the comment section, what do you think my weight will be on the final weigh-in? I'm interested to know how much you think I'm going to do. On average, I'm doing around 0.6. And that seems very sort of consistent. 0.6, 0.7, 0.6 again. So do I keep that pace going? Do I lose this or slow down a little bit? Do I speed up? Well, what do you think it's going to be on the final weight? Give me some targets, give me some goals, because I think that's going to help keep me motivated, because I'm getting to that point now where you're getting into it, but you're starting to weaken a little bit. You think, oh, I wouldn't mind the Chinese, oh, I wouldn't mind this. But no, we've got to be as fit and as healthy as we can be for the World Masters. So I'm also going to be starting from next week. I'm going to be starting going out and getting some treatment, getting some massages and things like that. Very, very important for me so that I don't have any sort of reoccurrences with the injuries, considering how many hours I'm putting in on the practice board as well. So it's got to be very, very conscious of that. But this week was slightly different in regards to the practice, because I wasn't just standing practicing by myself. I've been saying I'm going to start practicing with people, and I have. I, this week, went and met with Kevin Painter. Very good friend of mine, practiced with him for 10, 11 years, certainly during my time on the Pro Tour, and his when he was like Premier League and he was doing really well on the circuit. And we just haven't really practiced together for 18 months or 2 years. We've just been busy, different things, different directions. We've not really had a purpose to go out and do something for. And we got together and it was a really, really good session. Now, I didn't take any footage of the practice, but we will be doing some footage and some like TikToky videos, some YouTube videos, some interesting bits coming up over the next couple of weeks. That's going to be going out with shorts and things like that. So hit the subscribe if you want to see those. Going to have a little bit of filming time together. This is what we did though. So we start off with a couple of games and routines. We start off with checkouts, 80 to 85. First one to complete that. Cricket best of 7 because it's great for moving around the board. And I'm going to be playing cricket obviously in America, so great to get used to playing that game again. Bull to double, which is where you have to hit a bullseye and then you've got to hit one of the 3 doubles that are on the board, which is picked for by your opponent, or you get 2 25s. If you get 2 25s, that allows you to have a dart at the bullseye. So you've got to buy yourself a dart at the double by hitting the bull or 2 25s. Then we have a game of first to 27, which is 27 legs, or first to 27 legs, 180s count, highest finish, and best leg, and most 100 plus checkouts also count. Now, to make this interesting and to make it feel important and to make it worthwhile, we do a pound a point. So it's a pound a point on the checkout, it's a pound a leg on the cricket, it's a pound a point on the double to ball, it's a pound a leg, it's a pound for the best finish, best checkout, like least darts, all those sort of things, to make it worthwhile and to make it purposeful and to make it feel as real as possible. Because even if I lose a pound, I don't want to be handing over a pound. It's a pride thing more than anything as well. So here's the results of that practice and here's how things went. So the 80 to 85, I won that by 5 points to 4. Cricket, won by 4 points to 2. The double to ball, Kevin won that 3-1, and the match I won 27-17. Now, the interesting part about this was early on, Kevin took the lead. In the mid part of the game, I sort of stole a few legs. Kev missed a few shots. I took out 150 finish. He missed another shot. I took out 124. So I capitalised on a few legs. And off the back of that, I really started to kick into gear. The longer this game went on, the better I was getting. And I think that was the real takeaway for me as a real positive of that practice. Now, it's key to remember, since Romania in January, I haven't shared an hockey with another dart player playing any sort of competitive or any sort of rhythm. It's just been me throw. So it took me a little bit of time to get that pacing right, something I've been talking about a little bit here. And I've got 4 weeks now to get this pacing right. Now, one thing that I liked about the practice with Kev was it just felt normal again. We both produced some really good stuff at times, and it just felt very natural practicing with someone that I practiced with when I was playing on the Pro Tour. So with that in mind, we're going to be doing a bit more. So we've already booked in 4 more practice sessions to put on before Vegas, and hopefully get a few more in there as well. And like I say, not only that, we'll be doing a bit of filming as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and make sure you hit your subscribe button. Okay, let's do something we've never done before. I do reply to a lot of comments on videos, but we're going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to reply to some on here. First of all, Martin Hunt, interesting to hear your different practice routines, be different, putting some consequences to missing. Absolutely. Very, very important to your practice. Make sure there's the ability to lose. I get that question all the time. Why do I play well in practice but not in a game? Because you can lose. You can't lose in practice. Make sure you can lose in practice, get that psychological element, make it matter. Absolutely, get that in there. The truth is that if you eat less than you burn, you lose weight. I don't care if it's easy. Good job, go and win the tournament. Absolutely, that is the truth. It's all calories, isn't it? Calories in, calories out. I've always been curious of how commentary works. Are you allocated what you're covering, or do you choose? So we get allocated it by the PDC and Matchroom. They let us know where we are and which events we are covering. People liking the shirt. Yes, absolutely. The shirt is still available, guys. Don't have too many left. If you want one of the shirts that are the commemorative shirts for the World Masters, the email address on your screen right there, jodipayne@yahoo.co.uk. I believe we've only got 1 or 2 extra large left, and then it's just large and medium. There won't be much left after that, so do get yourself involved in that. Oh, there we go, already covered that. Who does their self full clothes? Yeah, I'm not going to be doing it naked. And Dan Darts, are you practicing on the same boards as WFUs? I've replied to that comment. I've said no. Now, the reason I don't practice on the same boards is to do with the, let me take this email off of here as well, there we go. It's to do with the feel of it. I quite like having a different match board to the one that I practice on. The sizes are the same. I just like that different visual. Now, this will divide opinion. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm the one that subscribes to not. And the reason I don't subscribe to it, and this could be different for you all, I'm not saying I'm right, this is just my reasoning. If you train and you practice at Wembley every day of the week, how does playing the FA Cup final feel special if you're playing it at Wembley? Because it's in the same building, the same pitch. It doesn't feel different. Now, yes, the counter argument that is familiarity. Familiarity absolutely could be a good thing. But to me, for me personally, familiarity breeds idleness, shall we say. I like to be out of my comfort zone. I like things different. So that's purely the reason I do it. Now, you might be completely different. So I get that as well. So just take from it what you want, but that's my reasoning for why I don't practice on the same board. For this week though, slightly disturbed in the fact that I'm commentating on the Modus Super Series. However, I will have the opportunity to practice while I'm down there. Between sessions, I might be able to jump on the board for an hour, and certainly in the house that I'll be staying in, I'll probably be able to get an hour maybe in the morning on the board. So I'll be able to get some time in. It's just going to be a little bit reduced and disturbed for Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. But other than that, it'll be business as always next week. No Kevin practices next week. He's away on holiday in Tenerife. But the week after, that's when we're going to start the content and those practice sessions as well. So Hope you're enjoying these updates, guys. If you are, please do hit the subscribe, and I will catch you next week for a little bit more insight into how we're getting ready for the World Masters.